Hello everybody and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. We left off last episode with getting free oxygen into our base, which is just delightful. We popped a polluted or infectious oxygen vent down here, and I'm just kind of, I stacked up a couple deodorizers over on this side. I'm not sure if they could actually reach this one, but yeah, I'm just gonna let that oxygen naturally flow through the base. I don't know if this is the most efficient way to do it, because I think it'll take a while for... Well, if we got the chlorine out of here, it would be a lot better. Maybe we should focus on that. We do have plenty of our natural gas going right now, and there's a lot more hydrogen building up these days than there was before, so pretty soon we're going to be able to deal with that situation as well and create ourselves some power. Now, one other thing I wanted to do was create ourselves a little tiny pool next to our volcano friend here. And then what we'll just do is... Hey, get the fuck out of my way. Oh, I think there's a plant there. And I'm just gonna dump some water in there. This is what we're gonna do? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I wonder if there's a better way of doing it, though. Well, let's see. Plumbing. Could run a line up there. Wouldn't be that hard. Just... boop. And, you know, yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll put a little thingy in here. And we'll just do this. We'll just do that. And we'll just add on a little thingy, too. I mean, this is gonna last. This is gonna go for a long time, so that'll... I have no idea if this is a good way of doing this. And then right over here, deconstruct this bit, or cancel that bit. And then just put on a liquid valve. This connects to an automation grid to automatically turn liquid flow on or off. I'll just use a valve. There we go. And that way I can just tell them to flood it, and then when it's in there, I'll just turn it off. I might be able to just keep it running continuously. I mean, there's salt water out the wazoo here. If I ever need, you know, if I ever want to fill this back up, we just bust through into the other salt water levels. Yeah, we can keep that going for a very long time. That'll be fine. That'll be just fine. I really want them to finish this. I have given them a lot of tasks, though. Well, they are working on that one already. The section inside the base was definitely easy. And they had clay. Are they using clay for filtration medium? Or does it poop out clay? I think it poops out clay. And they can't actually get to this side anymore, I don't think. I might be able to... Yeah, I could probably just mine... Oh, is that a gold volcano, too? Yeah, I forgot about that. You know what? Let's just go ahead and go deconstruct. Right there. No, cancel that. If they go over this way, I want them in the suits. So let's do this. Straight over into there. I want them in suits if they're going over there. Is that plastic ladder? I think that is a plastic ladder. I don't know if there's anything much in here. There's a couple things. And from here, we can just do this. Time to get rid of all that too. How are we doing over here? Not bad, not bad. Right, they got a lot of those pipes laid down already. A little more industrious than I expected. Pip eggs. Pips, a little area for pips would be good too, but I don't really have that set up at the moment. Just one glossy Dreco I'd be happy with. Just one. Just one to seed the rest. Yeah, so the natural gas is starting to really thin out. Look how much we got. We've got, what is that, 150 kilograms each, I think? 150 kilograms each. Yep. So that's 450 kilograms, then another 72 in this one. And then what's ever left over here in this area. There's some more. Cool. Making progress. The liquid cooling system that I was thinking about probably would be the best thing that I could do for myself at the moment. Just kind of looking around trying to find anything I missed. Chlorine, that chlorine vent's not going to do me much right now. I don't think there's much I could do with the chlorine right now anyway. Other than trying to get it out of my base. There's not really a great place to put it. I just build one. I could build a reservoir just because there is it's not being created by anything right now. It's just sitting around. So I could make a reservoir and just pump it into that. Here, why don't we, yeah, I think that's a good idea. This is more just like a fun side project here. You know what we're gonna do though? I want them to finish it. So just put that stuff all on 9. We're making a pool for our volcano. So the way I see it is it'll either purify this water and create me some salt and then some fresh water by heating it up and turning it into steam. And it will cool down the copper so that it's not killing people. Or it'll do nothing, and I will have just wasted a few minutes. Not a big deal. I'm not going to bother eating these guys. I'm just going to let them kind of breed naturally. Get their molts whenever I need them. I do have access to fossils, so it's not the end of the world if we can't get one. And they're making progress. A lot of hydrogen starting to build up. These guys are still capable of creating a... I don't know, right? 18%. This one's only on 2. With on 19. So there's like a 1 in 5 chance for 2 of those to produce one. I think a little bit more hydrogen would help the situation. But again, I'm not going to manually take... I'm not going to manually take care of it. I'm just going to let it flow. See what happens. I think we might be... We're getting to the point where I want to take care of this problem, though. It's not really a problem. That's just where we're sinking our hydrogen at the moment. All right, so the actual pool is created. Should probably analyze this bad boy at some point. I have seen him go off. And then all we gotta do is we'll just flood it with a little bit of salt water. That's all we're doing. Let's go eat your little mulewood. Come on, guys, go eat them. Yeah, those are helping. Yep, there's poop. There's his poop. They create the phosphorite. These guys, what did these guys poop out? I don't even remember. Coal. They poop out the coal. And they're getting cramped in here, so we're gonna start eating all the regular ones, and we'll just keep the sage ones here. I wonder, is there one above these? Like, can they sage hatchling? So they eat a lot of things. They poop out coal. Critter, there's a stone hatchling. They eat basically just metals. About coal. And then those ones, can we also do a smooth hatch from these? Yeah, these ones purify. You put the raw stuff in there and they poop out the purified one. Bloop, bloop. It's my wife texting me. How's this project? Hey, it's working. I think this is gonna be off for a very long time, but that's okay. That is just fine. Alright, sorry about that. I just noticed we actually do have a lot of industrial ingredients, but they're not what I thought. Okay, so the industrial ingredients I have is lumber. I've got lumber out the wazoo. Not a big deal. So normally what I'm used to seeing in industrial ingredients is like the plastic and the steel, which I'm going to need later. But overall, not bad. We got oxygen. We got over the hump of our base kerploding. There's even oxygen in here now. They can. It's hot in here, but they can theoretically work in there without it being a problem. And yeah, I think what we're just going to do for now is I'm gonna build. Let's say, what the fuck? 2 of these bad boys right there. I'm gonna go ventilation. Just, let's see, what do I need? A gas pump here. I think we want it more like right there. I think I'm gonna need 2, so I'm gonna make 2. Power, wire, how's this line? 1.2 mil. 1.2, well, you know, what, we do have an open line right here. So I can split some of this stuff off. Here, let's do this. Deconstruct that line right there. Power. Oop. And, here, I'll plug this stuff into... Okay, that's not what I meant to do. I think I lost it a little bit there. Split those 2 lines. This one won't have very much on it, but that means I can do more off to the side. That should work out just fine. Then we'll just, oh, I don't, you know what? Fuck me. No, hang on. Cancel this. I forgot that I actually do need a filter on this. Okay, and then filter, pump. It's on the wrong side. Filter's facing the wrong way. Ventilation, filter, flip it around. There we go. Oh, and that's wrong. Sorry about that. So we got a vent down there I can use for the excess. Bip. Hopefully that works. And that should just mostly be carbon dioxide, I think. Well, there's basically nothing else in here. I just wanted to sieve out any of the chlorine that's just built up in the base, and we'll just get rid of it. Oh yeah, with various gases in here, you can see oxygen at the top, polluted oxygen, little line of chlorine, carbon dioxide, and then the polluted oxygen trying to work its way up. I guess I will, because I think the reservoirs should be fine. I could store it for later use if I want, and there is a finite amount in the base. It does seem like there's a rather lot, maybe more than that'll hold, but it is a finite amount. All right, my volcano is flooded. So now all I'm going to do is turn this to 0, and the flooded volcano can continue living its life. 23 cycles to that pops off. And I think what I'm going to do is finish up getting this chlorine dealt with, and then we'll work on a cooling system. Oh, wow. The only thing we're using this for is... Oh. Oh. There's her growl. My dog's growling at the cat because the cat's rubbing his face on her butt. I forgot about that. This is actually going into a water sieve. Which we definitely don't need right now. And I actually needed the polluted water to... Well, I mean, it's not critical, but to keep the arbor trees and the thimble reeds going. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's just, disable this building. I'm not sure, but my dog just sighed really, really loud. The microphone may have picked that up. Oh, I didn't even these guys gotta go so far into here to actually get access to the pitcher pump there. Poor bastards. Well, it's fine though. It'll be okay. They can deal with it. So just pumping the salt water out into my saltwater tank. Not that I necessarily need a saltwater tank, but what are you gonna do? Just keep it there. Gold or algae? I think I got 20 tons of gold. Always use more gold. Algae should be fine right now. Not agriculture. Organic. We got 2,600 kilograms, so 2.6 tons, and 3.5 tons of slime. And if we ever need more, we'll just go strip mining. Guys, you wanna... They were being very industrious at first. I think maybe we want to tell them to stop working on this up here. I think that's what's taking up a lot of time right now. People running up here to deal with this. I am going to prioritize finishing this, so I want that done. And then I'm going to prioritize finishing these items right after that. So I want that done. Oop. Because those are the two things I want finished now. Whatever, you know, you guys think you can take care of them, you take care of them. That we've turned off because... Oh, wait, no, we don't need it off. Actually needed that back on. But let's go ahead and just do this. Deconstruct this. We don't need this line anymore. We do not need that. We'll keep this, because what it is doing, I believe, yeah, the carbon skimmers are just sending the polluted water directly into the sieve, but we don't need to actually just deal with all that. It's fine the way it is. Look at all that delightful hydrogen. Yeah, it is a task and a half to get up here, isn't it? Oh, we're out of copper. All right, well, cancel those two. We'll just do this. Base. Manual door. Make it out of iron. Make it, you know what? Make it out of gold. We got more gold than iron. Then ventilation. Make a gas pump. Make that out of gold as too. Gold 2. Pump it in right there. We still don't have any actual power lines up here, which we are going to need. But it is mostly plugged in. And then ventilation. All we need is that right there. And that right here. That is just the initial setup for getting the gases out of this room. Alright, so those are... Right. We ran out of stuff. God. Just no copper around, is there? I mean, we got gold out the wazoo. Well, there's a copper volcano. That too. There's more gold. I'm just gonna have to make everything out of gold for now. We have a gold volcano that we should be able to get access to. Oh, you know what? We were And then that happened. So cancel this. Cancel these. And then just go like this. Power, wire, gold. 360. Yep, we'll do it off of this one because that's got basically nothing there. Again, gold. Plug it right in where the other one belongs. Set this up to filter out chlorine. That's what we want. And that should do the trick. Thank you, guys. I mean, this part is not super important. I just like the way, you know, I like the looks to be there too. I want to make sure it looks good. That's making sure the base looks nice. That's important to me. Oh god, this whole thing is just a mess of a nightmare in there, isn't it? Still don't have a. Well, let's just double check. I don't see any. We really wait. No, those are seeds, not eggs. Critter eggs. We need a glossy Drecklet egg. Is what we need. That's what we're keeping our eye out for. Hey, there we go. So this bad boy. Let's see, and then the carbon dioxide will just get moved over here and dealt with. Yep, there we go. We're just gonna put it in these reservoirs. Those things are actually filling up way faster than I expected. But one goes into the next, so we'll see how we do here, and start seeing how much 300 kilograms of, that's what I can hold, chlorine looks like once we suck it out of the base here. And you can actually see that the oxygen is starting to actually flow over a little. I think it'll look a lot better. I think there'll actually be a good flow of oxygen if we get rid of the chlorine. Wires are getting thrown down. The room is finished. And now what we're going to do is just make sure all of this is set to 9. So they actually come up here and do it. And then once this is set up, we shouldn't have to go in that room ever again. Unless I want to expand it. Because we'll suck the air out. And what I'll do is I'll turn this to send a green signal if the pressure is above 0. So basically tell it to create a vacuum in there. And then what I can do is I can reset this, because this doesn't actually require them to touch it at all, I don't think. I can set this to be above 500 or something like that once there's a vacuum in there. And that'll be a simple way of telling that thing to turn on and off. And then what I can do is I'll put in the extra lines I will need to actually get the natural gas out of there, and all will be well. It'll be beautiful. I will have to actually run a ventilation lines all the way down. But, I mean, it only needs to go from to here, because it's already set up to here. This line will just go like this, over and up. And then that's that. Why can't I, oh, you know why? It's just stuff fell on it. That's all that was. Yep. So I'll just let this run a little while, and then what I could do is, if I get to the point where, you know, it's just not sucking up any chlorine, then I'll just turn it off and wait for the gases to settle for a while. But it's still getting plenty. Oh, what I need to do is grab the gas reservoir. Yep, you can see the chlorine going in there. Beautiful. So we're sieving the chlorine out of the base. There's a lot of it in there. Now, having seen how much 50 kilograms is, I think what we'll probably do is just reservoir, give it 2 reservoirs, and then just let it go from there. And then I'll just pump it out into space or something. I haven't found space yet, but, you know. We'll just let it do its thing. How are we doing over here? Down to 2 tanks. I'm gonna go ahead and, well, should we... I think we might want to turn this one off. It's probably not grabbing a lot of... It's still grabbing a fair bit. I think what we're gonna go ahead and do is turn this off. Disable building. I mean, I do have other power in here. I can turn on the hydrogen generator and the coal generator when we need to. There's a fair bit of hydrogen built up already. You know what? Let's go ahead and turn this on. Turn the hydrogen generator on. And... gas overpressure? Really? Oh, you know why? Yeah, this is a pretty condensed area right now. Ooh, is it gonna be able to get that hydrogen out of there is the thing. With it, when it gets rid of the polluted maybe. Here, we can tell him to do this. Oh, I've opened up the air shafts in most regions, so that air flows through all these spots pretty easily. And what we can actually do is this too. Keep expanding that air shaft as we move up. It seems like it's gonna be able to get it. Yeah, it's just stuck in there. It's just not going anywhere. I love that we found this. That polluted oxygen vent. That's just a free oxygen for the base, which is lovely. There was a lot of freaking... Yeah. You could see it starting as we're sucking some out and moving the carbon dioxide over. You could see it starting to settle. All right, I can deal. That's beautiful. Still no glossy Who's is, but that's not the end of the world. I expected that. Oh yeah, now that the polluted oxygen is out, the hydrogen just kind of expanded out into the space. Yeah, now it's just pumping the hydrogen out. Yep, there. Open up that shaft and all is well. Will it actually be able to get rid of everything? Right now it's set to only turn off if there's a vacuum. It's actually doing a better job, and this is right at the top. Down to 200. Bunch of escaped hydrogen up here. It might be actually time to tell them to keep, nobody's idle, but I think it might be time to keep trying to get to space. Oh yeah, this is actually doing a better job than I anticipated. There's barely anything in there. I wonder, will it actually be able to get it down to 0? Interesting. New printables. Slickster, I'll print him out. I believe he eats carbon dioxide and poops out oil. But I don't think he can be tamed, so I'm just gonna let him fly throughout the base. Yep, that one's already full. Or is it full? No, it's not quite full. It's getting there, though. It's getting there. And the chlorine is starting to filter down. So it was a little higher up in the base. All right, not bad. Yeah, that's a little better. Are we out of juice? Yeah, we're out of poop juice. Oh, this thing's still off. That's why. It is down to... Yeah, I think it might... I don't know. It's slowed down quite a bit. I want to get all gases out of there, so that we're not accidentally throwing the... I want to be able to pump the natural gas out of here without any other gases interfering. And this bad boy is got 18 cycles until he's off. Yeah, I think we're perfectly fine to keep going up like this. This guy in here, like that. Excellent. Keep exploring, friends. It seems to be fluctuating a little bit down here. We're just about there. What is actual ventilation? Okay, so it's very... Yeah, we're down to milligrams of per pip there, actually, in the pipe. We gotta be close to the surface, right? I feel like we've gone up quite a bit. Are all maps, now that I think about it, I actually honestly don't know. Are all maps the same size? I just assumed that all maps were the same size, but I don't know. Now that I think about it, I don't actually know. Oh, looks like we're missing an intake. May have messed up a line here at some point. Oh, yeah, look at that. And if I want to, I could always add in more of these to hold more hydrogen. Yeah, we're down to 120 milligrams in here of hydrogen. Like, down to 100? I think we might actually be able to get that down to 0. I didn't think we would. I didn't think we'd actually be able to hit 0. That's slime. That is slime. Looks like a different color slime, though. No, it's the same stuff. You know, when this thing, I don't think that that little hydrogen, I don't think would be an issue, because the second this kicked off, the pressure exerted by the natural gas would just shoot that remaining hydrogen right to the tiniest little sliver on the top there. I mean, yeah, it is down to milligrams. Wow, better pump than I thought it was. Kudos, pump. Could use some airflow tiles on this side. And looks like we're missing one insulated tile right there. I don't know what you're doing right there, but let's fix that to make it look a little nicer. As long as nobody's idle, all is well. It's helping. I think there's enough chlorine in here to fill up like 8 or 10 reservoirs, though. So whoa. Oh, you know what? I think there may have been, was there ice that melted or something? Doesn't look like it. I don't remember there being where all this liquid came from. Oh! I just realized where all that liquid came from. We busted through right here, and everything that was piddling out from here and was stored up right there just kind of drained out over there. All right, that's fine. That's really not a big deal. That's fine. It's still going. Okay, now we're down to fractions of a milligram. Is that a microgram? How low will this get before it just calls it vacuum? That's what I'm wondering, is how low will this get before it just says it's a vacuum in there? There are 8 germs here. A brick of slime has 1 million. And here there's 8. 8 individuals. There's so few germs, we gave them names. Individual names. I really just want to see if this will actually get to 0. I feel like it wouldn't. I feel like it'll get down to a point where it won't actually hit 0. But it might. It's close. It's very close. Kind of going over the base, trying to see if there's any problems anywhere. I honestly don't think we have any major issues right now. Yeah, that chlorine is gonna be a problem. Way more chlorine than I thought. Down to 40. I don't think there's going to be any increments lower than this, because it's not giving me fractions anymore. It's just giving me increments. I'm gonna call them micrograms. 30, 29, 28. It's slowing down. I can't. And yeah, is that another one? It's an oil reservoir with like no bottom. The exploration keeps going. It would be better if the explorers. Ooh, we got 3 things right here to deal with. The explorers could go straight up and straight down. 9 micrograms. 8. This episode's getting pretty long, but I really want to see if this will get to 0. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by this. It's basically vacuum. There's actually a little bit of... Oh, no, I was like, there's oxygen in there. No, it's not breathable. 3. 2. 1. One. Hey! We did it! It is possible. It will actually create a vacuum. Now, I don't want this thing to actually be sucking down power and running that hard, so what I'm gonna do is set this thing to 500 grams. Current pressure is 0. So now when this bad boy goes off, it'll keep pumping if there is more than 500 grams of pressure in that room. Okay, thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you've been enjoying, and I will see you all next time.